get up, you know. And they took me to the hospital, and they let me see my daughter be born. And man, that was a cool moment, you know.
You're 17 at this time?
17, and yeah, you know, when
You weren't like cuffed or anything, were you?
no. Like I said, it was a really, really joyful experience. And then I also got saved. And I don't know if we're allowed to talk about Jesus on this podcast.
It's not here. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not off limits.
I also got saved when I was in this group home, man. And so, you know, you know that scripture. I don't know if it's a scripture, but you know, they say they don't give the hardest battles or whatever they say. You know what I mean?
You know, it's strongest
Yeah,
soldiers
yeah.
or whatever.
I really don't think that's a scripture.
I don't think it is, and honestly, I don't
It's a
think
meme.
honestly, I don't think it's true either. Because I mean, but that's like one of the first things that I felt as a Christian and was told, you know, and so.
Hardest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Yeah, something like that. And so I'm in this group home, and like I said, my mom's meth out. I'm 17, and I guess the judge had a court date with my kid's mother, and told my kid's mother, like, hey, look, I need you to get a place, because she was 18 at that time. She's like, I need you to get a place for you and him. Because I'm not going to release him to his mom's custody, you know. And she was like, the judge told my kid's mother, if you can't do that, then I'm going to send him to a different group home. And so she did. She got a place, and they released me into my kid's mother's custody. So until I was 18, I was.
So
in
now she's taking care of 2 kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was her choice.
Yeah, for sure. And you know.
She
But it's-
should have emancipated you. is what
Yeah.
She should have.
Absolutely. You know, she's-
Like,
She-
bitch, learn how
yeah.
to lawyer.
really, she should just let me go to that other group home, probably. You know what I mean? But you know, so we get this little place in Oklahoma City, and I hit the ground running again. As soon as I get into this place, you know, selling bricks to Reggie. You know what I mean?
Is your girlfriend using it all?
I mean, no, she drinks. At this point, you know, allegedly she was allergic to weed, even though she smokes it daily now. But no, not really. You know, she was addicted to a lot of other things that are shaped like that microphone. You know?
Blow jobs.
No.
Oh, is this your mom we're talking
No.
about? Earmuffs, child.
We haven't got to that part of the story yet.
Yeah.
To where he is.
But anyways, you know what I mean? So,
Moving on.
but it just, you know, my lifestyle progressed at that moment. I mean, I thought I was a drug dealer. I thought this is the life for me. And, you know, I always called it like $1,000 balling, you know what I mean? Once I got $1,000, I was balling at that point, you know? But I could never keep $1,000 in my pocket. I think if I had $1,000, I think I was doing it. You
Did
know?
you listen to SPM?
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
SPM's tight, you know, I don't approve of all the stuff he did to get in prison, but, you know, SPM is definitely
That's
tight.
good.
You know?
Not names.
Yeah, I mean, I loved all the rap, you know what I mean? I was a big Memphis fan, rappers fan, you know, they got a lot
Yeah,
of,
36 Mafia.
yeah, 3 6 Mafia for
Project
sure.
Pat.
Project Pat, yeah. Getty Green album was tight. But, you know, Jesus recently delivered me from rap music, so praise God for that.
Yeah. Amen.
He what?
He delivered him from rap music. That was one of his convictions.
Yeah.
Convictions?
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, listening to, I mean, if you listen to rap, it's a lot of rap. It's, you know,
Bad.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, one
Fuck
of
a
my favorite
bitch.
artists.
Fuck a
one of my-
bitch, killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
One of my favorite artists recently was Pooh Shiesty. I mean, listen to his lyrics.
No, I guess what I mean is, what do you mean he was
Delivered. You
delivered?
mean like Jesus took it away from me? You know what I mean? I don't need to listen to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Like I don't have nothing against rap. You know what I mean? I actually. Yeah, that reminds me of that too. But, I mean, to be honest with you, like I love rap music, but I just don't feel the need to
So
listen to
the
it.
like thoughts, because you don't want the thoughts? by hearing lyrics that are
Something like,
derogatory?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like whenever I hear it now, I'm like, oh, we'll go ahead and change that.
okay.
You know. But anyway, so you know, me and my kid's mother, we just have a very sick relationship at this time. You know what I mean? We're together. I mean, I'm constantly like robbing people, putting my family in danger. I sold a lot of rabbit food and like moss that you get from pet stores is weed. You know, I put tape around it and stuff like that. I also sold a lot of what's that? Melatonin.
Yeah.
You know, they have melatonin at Walmart. They were like little white pills, and they looked like triple stacks. And what I would do is I would carve Mercedes signs in them,
Oh my
and
god.
then I would take food coloring, and bro, they look legit.
Who the fuck bought drugs off you?
A lot
Like
of people-
adults?
Yeah, a lot of people. I had one guy come back. He found out that they were fake. He came back and he was like,
That really helped me sleep.
well, yeah, he was like, and hey, bro, I tried to slam the door. I thought he was gonna try to fight me or something. He's like, hey, bro, come, I just want to buy him for half price. He wanted to go sell my fake pills.
Oh my god.
Hey, I ran out of food color one time. Used Pepto Bismol.
So is this how you're taking care of your girlfriend and baby at this
I
time?
mean, I guess you could say taking care of her. But really, I wasn't taking care of nothing, nobody but myself.
Was she working?
She would work. I wouldn't, for sure. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, if
For
I,
insurance.
yeah. I mean, if I had a job, it wasn't for long. It was just to make myself look good, you know. Yeah, so we went back and forth, and then I got addicted to opiates. I started selling OxyContin,
Dun, dun, dun.
good old OxyContin 80s, you know. I would get a bunch of them. I remember I lived in Melrose and Rockwell. You know where that place?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Melrose Place actually. It was the apartment complex, and I was messing with this cat named Big Hen. Shout out Big Hen. And you know, he came up to my door one day and he had a handful of OC80s. I'd never done one at the time, but I knew what time it was. I mean, I knew how much money you could make off of them. And he was like, you know what these are? And I like, you know, like cartoon, I see money signs. And I said, yeah, I know what those are. He's like, this old lady handed me a handful of these for a cookie of crack. I said, hell yeah, that's tight. And he's like, I said, I'll buy every one of those right now for $20 a pill. And then he seen
You should have shot lower, bro.
yeah, probably, huh? But they was going for 50 at the time, and I was selling for 45, so they were jumping, you know. And I remember the first time I did one of them, because I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. You know, I took the little coating off, and I just popped that bean, baby. You know what I mean? And I thought I was gonna die. I popped the whole 80. I literally thought I was gonna die, bro.
Is that 80 milligrams?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm on my couch all night. I was, you know, dying. I thought I was gonna die. So I'm telling these cats that are coming by daily, like, what do y'all see in these things, man? Like, I would have one cat that would come over and sit at my house all day and sell. I'd give him a pill in the morning, and then he would sell my pills all day, so he could pay for his at the end of the day. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
a job.
Yeah. We would come over so he could get high,
Wow.
and then I would cut him a little deal. You
Was
know?
that my little brother?
No.
Sounds like
No,
shit
bro.
you do.
Look, I promise you, I don't even know if your brother got sober, I might have to stay away from him. The last 2 times I hung out with your brother, I went to jail both times.
How
But,
old, you have a little brother? Oh wait, never mind. I just went back to your story in my head. Okay.
But anyway, so I do it again. I do that same thing again, like 2 weeks later.
You
I'm
love
like, I'm gonna give these things another chance, you know.
Split it in half.
And no, I did the same thing, and I thought I was gonna die again. So now look, the dude that's actually living with me at the house right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he come over to buy one. You know what I mean? And I kept telling him, I was like, yeah, bro, these things are trash, bro. I mean, I don't know. And he looks, he's like, how'd you do it? And I told him how I did it, and he was like, bro, are you fucking retarded? You know? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. I know it's 2024, but
You
You're
can
not
say it.
supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, you're just quoting the past.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like early 2000s retarded. Yeah.
We apologize to the sensitive viewers.
Yeah.
yeah, he's just quoting
Yeah.
history.
So he was
What
like, no,
exactly did you manage or like handle or?
Oxycontin babies.
Okay.
Yeah, so he showed me, he was like, no, you gotta do it like this. He took the hose clamp, but he probably stole from 7-Eleven, you know, the air deal. And he's like, you gotta grind this thing down, bro. And at that point in time, I'd never even snorted nothing. Maybe it's cocaine a couple times, you know what I mean? I did a little toot every now and then.
Love to.
Yeah, but I never really snorted nothing. And he grinds this line down, and it was off his pill too. So he was like,
What a generous
yeah,
fellow.
what a gentleman. And he was like, snort that. And I was like, bro, I don't like snort stuff. And he was like, yeah, you know, Bill, good old, what's it called?
Drip down neck.
No, what's it, the
Peer
peer pressure. The good old peer said, don't be a pussy, bro.
Mhm.
I did it right there.
Yeah. I snorted that thing, and I felt like I was God. You know,
Yeah,
felt
he
like-
feels sexy as
Yeah,
fuck on that.
yeah, yeah,
I remember.
for sure. And so it was a wrap after that. Let me back up just a little bit. So like 2 weeks after I got out of that group home, my daughter's eyes, they wouldn't stay straight. You know what I mean?
Stigmatism?
No, they just were like, you know.
Mhm.
And we went to the doctor, and they told us that she was 75% blind. Yeah. And so my daughter was born blind. And she had an old doctor at the time, you know, and he was a nice doctor, you know what I mean. But when he retired, a younger cat came, and he told us, he was like, look, man, I don't know why he was telling y'all that she was 75% blind. She's all the way blind. She can't see nothing. You know what I mean? So my daughter was born blind, and so I used that too. You know, as at first I was like, oh yeah, you know, God's
You
giving.
exploited it.
Yeah, God was like, God gave me this because I can handle it. That's how I felt. But at the same time, I'm using it for my own self pity. You know what I mean? I'm telling people, oh, you know, my daughter's blind, this and that, you know, and then we, 20, you know, year 20 rolls around, and at this time, like, me and my kid's mother are definitely doing bad, shouldn't be together, you know, and so she's pregnant again. Yeah, that's
As God
yeah.
asks.
Yeah, that's where Bryson comes in. And at this point in time, like, I'm all the way full blown opiate addiction. And I'm still selling tough though. At this point in time, like, right when I got her pregnant with Bryson, I was going to the methadone clinic. And, you know, I was going to pay my $8, $9 a day, whatever it was, to get my liquid methadone, and I'm selling. I had a lockbox. You know, you had to have a lockbox.
Explain to the viewers that don't know what methadone is.
Methadone is trash, basically. You know, we just start out by saying that. Methadone is like,
It's a half-life drug.
yeah, well, and
It's what people who are addicted to opiates take to wean them off,
Yeah,
to not be opiate
allegedly.
addicts.
But it is like trading a monkey on your back for a gorilla.
Yeah,
It is
that's
way harder to get
Yeah.
off of.
The withdrawals for it took me
Oh my
like
God.
26 days
Oh
to
my
come
God.
off that shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah, you
horrible.
It's
Wow.
also a
Well,
drug.
and so when I went to this place, and they sell you a drink. You know what I mean? Like when you're signing.
You wasn't
stuff.
got heroin.
Yeah, they were like,
Okay, so it's me, like,
they were like, they told me, they were like, we'll never give you enough to get you high. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, tight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be able to function. Bro, they did nothing but up my milligrams. I was high from day one. That's the only medicine that I can fall asleep on and wake up still high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'd be high all day.
well, and all you gotta do, like the methadone clinics in Tulsa, I'm still craving it, and they
Yeah,
would just
yeah.
up it.
And so at this point, you know what I mean? I actually have a job at this point. I worked at the Integris Hospital in Yukon. I was a nurse. Yeah.
He was a janitor.
Yeah. Nemo was right. I was a janitor.
You wore scrubs,
He
right?
just skipped nursing school in his story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a janitor for sure.
Like a receptionist.
No, I was a janitor.
Really weren't
Yeah, I
you?
was a janitor.
Oh,
Yeah.
You wore
that's no
scrubs,
joke.
but, yeah.
But you did wear scrubs.
I think I wore scrub pants.
So
You
you're a
know what I
doctor.
mean? And it's my green shirt, you know what I mean, they made us wear.
Stethoscope.
But man, that job was crazy because like I lived on the east side of Oklahoma City at the time. I lived off like 34th and Lincoln.
Oh,
And
shit.
yeah, bro, in the hood for sure. It was crazy.
That's where my dad lives at.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like, and so I got robbed one time by a black fellow when I lived on.
Is he allowed to say that on
Not
here?
on the east side.
Yeah, well, it's not. It wasn't on the east side. It was actually on the north side. But
I'm from
That's-
the north side.
that's when I learned my lesson. That's when I learned my lesson. So I would not. I made sure I had no clientele on the east side.
No.
I just made sure everybody on the east side didn't know I sold drugs. They just knew I had a car, and I was like the only car within a 3-mile radius. I
Yeah.
think. You
Oh,
know what I
wow.
mean? I remember giving a crackhead a ride one time. It was a bad day. But anyway, so I got this job. And every night I would take my lockbox. Because you had to have a lockbox when you were going to the methadone clinic, so you could take your weekend doses home. And at the time, man, I felt like, I don't know, man. I just felt like a king because I had like 4 different types of weed, regular weed. I had like Percocets, Lortabs, meth, all kinds of stuff in this lockbox. And I would drive my Saturn Vue from the east side to Yukon every night. And with no insurance, no
Kinda had
license.
your shit together.
Man, for sure. You know what I mean? At this finally.
Yeah.
And so like I said, Bill Bryson's not here yet. But so every day, like I worked nights, and so when I would get off work, I would always take my daughter to IHOP. You know, I thought I was just a good old dad. And but anyways, so I remember it was like 2 weeks before he was born. I was driving. I called it prison in a box. Is what I called my lockbox. And I was driving from the east side to work, and you know, I didn't tell anybody this part of the story for a long time, but I had stolen some air duster.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know, I was a good janitor for sure. And I'd stolen some air duster, and I'm on the highway, and like I'm already late for work.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
And I'm already late for work, and I'm like, my kid's mother woke me up, and I'm like, barely functioning, and I'm getting in the car. And I'm like, I did everything I could to like just stay awake without the air duster. I'm like rolling down the windows, turning the AC all the way up, the music
What
all the way up.
fuck?
Yeah.
It made you awake?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to do anything. No, not the methadone. I'm
No, the
saying.
air duster.
Yeah.
No, definitely did not make me awake. No. Like I said, I don't know what was going on in my mind, but I'm in like I'm in the ass to ass rush hour traffic, and I see, you know, that little air duster can rolling back and forth on the passenger floorboard, and I grab that thing, boy, and I get to going on the air duster, man.
The Wawa's going.
Yeah.
No, too.
Savage.
And then all I remember, dude, I wake up and to my phone ringing. I didn't even wake up to the collision. I wake up to my phone ringing, and I wake up and I see the right side of my Saturn Vue's caved up like this, and I look over and there's this white car with red paint on it, and these 2 chicks like, and I answer my phone. It's my kid's mother. She's like, you know, I don't know why, but she's like already screaming at me, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I just got into a wreck. And she's screaming even louder. I think she starts crying or something. She's like, well, what are you doing? And I just remember saying, fuck that. And I hang up the phone and I hit the gas. And my car is so messed up. It's screaming. Like, it's not squealing, it's not making a funny sound, it's screaming. And so I go, and Robinson's the next exit. It was right there by the Thunder Arena now. And so I go to get off this exit, and my car's so fucked up, I take out this truck's mirror. And so I get off, and like I said, my car is screaming. I called my buddy because he works in one of the parking garages, and he's like, "No, I'm out of work," and everybody's, it's like 5 o'clock, so everybody's looking at me crazy, and smoking, and I called another buddy who owned a tow truck company in Yukon. I was like, "Hey man, I need you to come." I sold weed to him. So he's like, "Hey man, if you ever need a tow," you know what I mean? I said, "Hey bro, it's your time to shine." And he was like, "It's gonna be like 3 hours." So I park somewhere and I take that box out. I don't know how, and as soon as I park, like 5 cop cars pass me.
Damn.
And I take the little prison in the box out, and I go like hide in the only bush I could see in Bricktown or wherever the fuck it is in the city. This guy like walks past my car, and he's like, "Hey bro, you can't park the total car here." And I was like, "Well, it ain't moving, bro." You know, I looked at my right tire was completely gone. It was rubbing up against the metal. I ended up calling old mama. You know, I mean, I had like $800. You know, I was almost $1,000 down at that point. I like, yeah, you know, and we get a tow truck out there, and